YouTube, what's up, Detroit Pistons fans, man? Let's talk a little bit further about the 2018 draft as far as the Detroit Pistons and their newly acquired talent, the two wings that they got, um, both first round talents. Split this one up in two. First, we're going to start with Kyrie Thomas. Kyrie Thomas, um, Pistons acquired him from the Philadelphia 76ers, 38th of overall pick, first round talent. Um, they swapped out two second rounders, two future second round picks for him, and I really don't mind second round picks. Not looking forward to the future of second round picking. But with that being said, this established the win now attitude that the Detroit Pistons have. Um, like I said, with the LeBron James on the brink of leaving the East, possibly, likely, the Pistons feel like they have a good opportunity to go ahead and make a push and with some playoff games, probably a couple of series, and who knows after that. We won't know what we truly have until we get these guys in the season where they're all fully healthy. Up under Dwayne Casey and his development as far as these young dudes go. So we'll see what happens with that. But Kyrie Thomas, um, man, 6'3", pretty sizable guard, combo guard at that. Um, don't know if they're gonna use him at point guard or not, um, but definitely a shooting guard in college. Um, has shown ability to push the ball and operate the offense. So who knows? Let's see where they go with that. As far as uh, the battle for guards, it's about to get real intense for the Detroit Pistons. Ish Smith, Dwight Bikes, K. Felder. You still have those guys on the roster. So it's going to be a battle. It's definitely going to be a battle, and that can only do one thing for the Detroit Pistons franchise is going to increase their guard play all around, because these guys are going to be fighting and scrapping for a job. They're going to make sure that they try to, get themselves to their highest potential in order to win that spot. So, with that being said, I'm definitely looking forward to those battles and hearing about those battles. Who would I prefer? I like Ish Smith, but to me, Ish Smith is the odd man out, just because defensively he's not a threat to me. He's not going to steal you a bunch of basketballs. He's not going to spread the ball around. Um, but he's just a tempo guy. So to me, he's on the brink of being eliminated from this conversation. Um, I like the white bikes. I still like K. Felder. I like K. Felder a lot, man. Um, but Langston Galloway is definitely on this. He may be a trade chip, a piece of something they try to send some guys away. He might end up going. Langston Galloway, he was brought here to be a shooter, did not do that well. Some games he looked absolutely lost. We'll see what happened up under Dwayne Casey though. So I'm not just gonna count him out yet. But to me, Ish Smith right now is probably the top guard that I see the Pistons. They might try to trade this guy or might shy away from, or they may possibly keep him. You never know. Guys improve. Ish Smith showed a little improvement in his jump shot at the end of the season. So we'll see if he can keep rising. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, new coaching staff, man. So you just don't know. But if it was me, I probably would go with Ish Smith. If somebody had to go, it'd probably be him, um, based off of previous seasons. Um, on the other hand, you got Bruce Brown, 6'5", 6'5", good length, good size, explosive. Poor man's Russell Westbrook, very explosive at the rim, streaky shooter though, and that's why I say poor man's Russell Westbrook. We all know about what Russell Westbrook and his jump shot. It's very streaky. At times he's amazing, but at sometimes it's like, what the hell are you doing? So, but he models his game. He idolizes Russell Westbrook, and you can see it in his game, especially watching, highlight clips of this guy. You can definitely see the comparisons. So, what position will he play? I think they may try to have him play a little bit of three. So, of course, you got Stanley Johnson at 3 already. Reggie Bullock is a tweener between a 2 and a 3. So, I don't know. Like I said, we still have Henry Ellison. Don't know if what they're going to do with Anthony Tolliver. I don't think he, will be returning this year. I think they may go young. So, we'll see what happens with that situation. But he can definitely play some 3. He can play 2. But he's also shown ability to play point guard. Another guy showing ability to play point guard. He can pass the ball. This guy can pass the ball. We're talking about triple doubles here. You know what I'm saying? This guy can pass the ball. He can play point guard. So it even adds more intensity to that battle for, backup point guard or third point guard. But the Pistons have a lot of guards, and obviously somebody has to go. Maybe two. Two people have to go. So that's definitely going to be a tight battle. It's going to be a close race for that. As far as, our forwards, Dwayne Casey did emphasize that he wants to develop Henry Ellison. Let's see if he can take a step forward. If he's gotten any stronger, he will be playing in the Summer League. Henry Ellison, of course, our 2 draft picks, and also Luke Kennard will all be playing for the Detroit Pistons in the Summer League, so it actually does give us something to watch in the Summer League besides the 2 guys, because we definitely want to see if these guys took a step forward. If they don't dominate in the Summer League, I feel like, they failed at, development, especially Henry Ellison. Henry Ellison had too much time to develop. He, only thing I needed him to do was get stronger so he can be able to defend somebody. Henry Ellison is a push around. We all know that. Very talented on the offensive end, but on defensive end, he's Tragic Johnson. So, we'll see where he is with that, what he's been working on this summer. And as far as what guys have been working on this summer, I've been seeing, video Andre Drummond and the things that he's working on this summer. The latest one was when his ball handling, crossover, spin move, dunk. Seen that video he posted, seen the floater. I already knew he was adding that to his game. He already had that little thing going with the floater, so worked on that, man. He's pretty much just working on everything. He's working on everything. Andre Drummond is trying to become versatile, very versatile. So I honestly approve of that. Andre Drummond has improved every single year that he's been here. He's improved something. So I'm definitely looking forward to see the new Andre Drummond this year. As far as the jump shot goes, I don't know. I don't think he'll be shooting threes, but I do honestly believe he'd be shooting 15 to 18 footers. He's starting to show a little bit more consistency with that. So he definitely he's been working at it, man. This guy's been traveling. He's been a Renaissance man. This guy, he's been everywhere. You know what I'm saying? You'll see him at this event. Next day, he in the gym somewhere, working on this, working on that. That's what you want to see from your stars, man. So, also hear that Blake Griffin lost a little weight. Interesting. You want to stay healthy. Sometimes you have to drop a few pounds. And him being quicker, faster, lighter, but not losing strength at the same time, that'll be devastating to people. That'll definitely be devastating. He's definitely been working even more on stretching the floor. He's been working on his jump shot. But the question for me is Reggie Jackson. Reggie Jackson is a very secretive guy. He don't like to, put videos out and stuff like that, show what he's working on. The only time I did see him is when he was at the Fortnite battle with Paul George and Andre. So, and Josh Hart. So, don't know. we have to wait and see with Reggie, man. But I know he's determined to show everybody that he's still Reggie Jackson. You know what I'm saying? You know, he's been taking a lot of knocks and heat for not being able to play. So I know he's definitely motivated. I'm looking forward to that. The next thing I'm about to say is going to sound like Spanish to a lot of y'all. It's going to sound like I'm an alien from another planet. Okay, here we go. I think that Jon Leuer will be a new and improved player. Jon Leuer has had nothing but time to work on his game. Nothing but time to work on his game. Jon Leuer, before he came here, was a good player. Stan Van Gundy ruined that. So, with that being said, being the long time that he's been out, even after the injury, working, I have to say I gotta believe that Jon Leuer will be an improved player next year. I hope so. Because if not, you better get his ass out of here on the first thing smoke. But I honestly believe that. I believe that Jon Leuer will be improved next year. Like I said, this guy was shooting 30, 37, 38% from three before he came here. And then, you know, man, don't know what happened. Sometimes players don't fit with certain coaching staffs, and I honestly feel like that was a lot of the Pistons' problem with Stan Van Gundy, especially Stanley Johnson, slowing his development, slowing Henry Ellison's development. You know, Stan Van Gundy is probably the worst coach of all time at developing people. You can go all the way back to J.J. Redick. You know what I'm saying? Look how long it took J.J. Redick to get to where he was. Stan Van Gundy was holding that guy back. So, with that being said, I'm definitely looking forward to see what Jon Leuer can bring, if he can bring it this summer, if he can bring it in camp, if he can transform back into the player that he was when we first went out and got him. That would be a big plus for the Detroit Pistons. But that's pretty much it as far as the players that I really want to see improve. Stanley Johnson is definitely going to do his thing. He's been working. This boy has been working. And I know that Dwayne Casey is going to take the shackles off of him. He won't have to sit there and think about a jump shot and say, if I miss, then Dwayne going to take me out the game. So you know how bad Stan Van Gundy was. You know, guy do one thing wrong, he take him out the game. Just a bitter, fat little Ron Jeremy looking man. But yeah, I think a lot of us are going to witness what the changing at the helm of coaching staff could do for players. Dwayne Casey is the total opposite of Stan Van Gundy. Stan Van Gundy was the worst. He was the worst. As much as I had a hard time trying to, push for the guy and say, yeah, Stan this, that, and the third, Stan was the worst, man. He was the worst. He couldn't develop players. He made the wrong substitutions. Game preparation, he pushed the players a little too hard in 2-a-day practices, man. And then come out and have him play 40-plus minutes. You see what he was doing at KCP. A lot of people wonder, KCP was, a streaky shooter here and there and couldn't hit shots. Man, KCP didn't have legs. That's why. They was working this guy. This guy came off his injury playing 40-plus minutes. So, come on, man. You can't have success like that. But definitely looking forward to the season, man. I'm looking forward to the season, man. Almost as much as I'm looking forward to my Lions, I'm looking forward to the Pistons season, man, because a lot of people was trashing the Pistons. I can't even listen to 97.1 Ticket no more because the guys that they have on there, they trash our teams. They trash everything the Pistons do. None of them even like the goddamn Pistons, probably but Pacaputo. So, and the fans that call in, oh my God, it's the worst. I've been told y'all I took myself out of the Facebook groups. This fan bases, man, some of the stuff they say is just outrageous to me, man. It's just unbelievable, And you say you're a fan, you say you watch all the games, but then you would come around and say something dumb. You know what I'm saying? Like you just haven't been watching. It pissed me off so much that I have to get myself away from it. But yeah, you know, the negativity always arrives in Detroit, man. Like I said, this is one of the most negative fan bases I've ever seen in my life. They act like the Pistons never won championships. We never been a back-to-back Eastern Conference Finals. There's no royalty in this fan base. Yes, we have to go through a dry period just like everybody else. Look at the Los Angeles Lakers. Look what the Celtics were going through before they finally got Kyrie Irving. So, yes, you have to have periods where it's tough and you have to build back up. That's all people need to understand. Don't trash your team, throw them away, become Golden State fans, become Cavaliers fans. Oh, I'm a LeBron fan. And, you know, now all of a sudden Houston fans coming out of nowhere. I mean, come on, bro. Come on, man. Like I said, I'm Detroit to the core. If people think I hate LeBron, I don't hate LeBron James. I'm not a fan of LeBron James because I think, honestly, at times he's a fraud. Just so he showed it in you know, the way he quit on his team against Golden State. He showed it, man. He showed it. He's just a fraud to me in certain situations. The guy is great. I mean, he's a hell of a player. Hell of a player. But I don't like the way he handles things. Certain. I don't care if you knew you couldn't beat Golden State. You go in there, you pound that ball. I don't care if J.R. Smith held the ball. Guess what? J.R. Smith should have never had the ball, LeBron James. The ball should have been in your hand. You think the ball would have been in somebody else's hands if Kobe Bryant was on the court? Hell no. The ball should have been in LeBron James. LeBron should have been making that last drive to the rim. That last shot. It should have been all on him because he did all the work. And he's the guy. So, don't want to talk too much about that. I know a lot of guys get butthurt when you talk about their king, their Messiah. With that being said, 17 minutes in, I'm going to go ahead and finish this video off. Good talk. You know, definitely going to try to upload more videos as I hear more and more the Pistons get some undrafted free agents, then probably do a video about that. If they get some training camp guys like that, like Jello Ball or somebody. This guy went undrafted, so that's it. I'll catch y'all later, man. Everybody stay up out there. Enjoy this cold, groggly day if you're in Michigan, because this is the worst. I'll catch y'all later.